Namaste, मेरा नाम Ivana है or Hoi, my name is Ivana. Welcome back to Bangalore, my friends. I am back in Bangalore and obviously I'm filming this video for you back in Bangalore. In case you don't know, my whole backstory is down in the description below in the frequently asked questions section. But without further ado, I'm getting into the reverse culture shocks that I experienced this time around going back to the Netherlands. I do have two other videos pending from the Netherlands and I would like to ask you something before we get into this video. I have the videos pre-filmed, so you get to decide in which order I publish them. The other two videos are the red light district, like you've never seen it before. I promise it will even be mommy proof. And the other video that I have pending is five foods, I think, or just foods you need to eat in Amsterdam. And then the next video will be the top voted video. I already asked you to do this and you chose this video to be published first. When I was looking back on the footage, I guess I didn't plug in the microphone or something because I did film it, but there was no sound. Hence, I am filming it back in Bangalore. I think this might even be a benefit because by now I've been back for a month. I've had some more time to reflect, so maybe I'll be even better able to express myself and how I felt going back to the Netherlands and experiencing culture shock, actually reverse culture shock after living in India for now 2 years straight. The first culture shock I experienced was, where are all the people? In India, we have 1.3 billion people, which means that it is crowded in the streets most of the time, which I find very comforting. I don't know why. For me, it makes me feel very safe, and I actually really like that about India, despite many other foreigners actually experiencing that as a culture shock. Now, even upon arrival in the Netherlands at Amsterdam Airport Schiphol, I thought there was a zombie apocalypse.
Dames en heren, welkom in Amsterdam. Wilt u nog even blijven zitten totdat de verlichting van het bordje stoering vast is uitgedaan en wees voorzichtig met het openen van de bagagebakken. Er kan mogelijk handbagage uitvallen. We nemen afscheid van u namens KLM met de gehele bemanning. Hartelijk dank en graag tot ziens.
There was nobody there. It was pusto. Like my Serbian people would say. Sometimes I mix 3 languages. Pusto means like deserted. The whole area at Amsterdam Airport Schiphol, the whole baggage area, the whole arrival area, everything was deserted, which made filming my vlog easier, but at the same time, it made me feel so uncomfortable. During the 2 weeks in the Netherlands, I was staying with my parents in Lelystad, which is a small city 40 minutes from Amsterdam. I grew up there also. It was just a very uncomfortable, discomforting. I don't know how to express it, how few people there are in the streets. During the day when everybody's working, the streets in Lelystad are just deserted. Even in Amsterdam, when I was there, I found the amount of people to be very less compared to India. So that was my first culture shock. I was like, where are all the people? And throughout those 2 weeks, I just kept thinking, where are all the people? When I walked into a supermarket, I was like, where are all the people? It's just so quiet. Obviously, I know a lot of people really like that. They just like to have a lot of space and quietness around them. But like I mentioned, I am the type of person who really likes having a lot of people around me. I don't like Indian festival crowds because that's just insane. Honestly, I'm used to crowds and it's one of the things that I do like in India. But right now, during Diwali season, it's just too crowded. But having a lot of people in the streets during the day, for me, that's just very comforting and it makes me feel safe. That was something that I was missing, actually. The second culture shock, again, immediately upon arrival, was road porn. Yep, that's right. That's how I'm gonna call it. I'm sorry, all parents out there who think that's inappropriate, but driving on the smooth, straight Dutch roads was heaven. I cannot describe it otherwise. It was absolute heaven. Being able to walk in the streets that have no potholes. Even in a small town like Lelystad, the streets are so beautiful. They're almost artworks, I would say. I was just so surprised. If you know anything about Bangalore, you have probably heard about the fact that the city actually is an agglomeration of a lot of small villages. Hence, the roads are quite narrow, and also the road quality here, I would say, is very poor. Sometimes they will make a beautiful road, and then the week after that, some kind of cable company will completely tear it apart and make it look horrible again. It's one of my biggest frustrations living here, because I think Bangalore is a wonderful city except for the roads. So while being in the Netherlands, I was truly enjoying walking around in Amsterdam, driving around with my parents, meeting all my friends without, you know, having to worry about if I would stumble on a rock or something laying on the road. It was just beautiful. The Dutch roads are just road porn. I never in my life imagined I would ever say that, but that's genuinely how I experienced it, and I enjoyed the roads in the Netherlands so much. The third culture shock that I experienced was price culture shock. The things that are considered a huge luxury here in India, like for instance cheese, wine, or chocolate, are crazy cheap in the Netherlands. Here in India, if I want good cheese, and of course I grew up in the Netherlands, so I adore cheese, it's sometimes 8 euros or 10 euros for 100 grams. Yep, that's right, 100 grams. In the Netherlands, I can get 200 grams for 2 euros, sometimes even cheaper, depending if you go, for instance, to the Lidl or the Aldi. Amazing chocolate, Lindt chocolate, 2 euros, 3 euros, while here it can easily be 7 or 8 euros. You can get a good bottle of wine in the Dutch supermarket for, I guess, 3 or 4 euros, and here it will definitely be 10 euros, I guess, for a decent Indian wine. I like Fratelli wines, I have to say, and also Grover Zampa. I really like Grover Zampa. So walking in the Dutch supermarkets and seeing all these luxury goods, because by now in India they have turned into luxury goods for me, at this low price point was like, oh! You can imagine when I was going back that my suitcase was completely filled to the brim with chocolate. Yes, I even bought a bottle of wine, and there was also a lot of cheese. The prices are so low, that's incredible. The other way around is also true, by the way. The things that are considered as daily basics here in India, like for instance spices, can be so expensive in the Netherlands. So again, that was a reverse culture price shock. The fourth culture shock, and I'm actually quite sad to say this, is I feel that Dutch people are extremely stressed. You can see it in their pace of walking. You can see it on their faces. Their faces are usually so worried. One day I was sitting in a commute train with my dad, and I've been on commute trains in India, but I feel Dutch people look 10 times more stressed than Indians. Of course, it was also the middle of the winter, which means a lot of people actually do have winter depression because there's so little light. The sun rises at 8 p.m. in the morning, and it goes down at 5 p.m. So there's not that much sunlight, which can actually make you really depressed. And also winter, of course, it's cold. So yeah, I can imagine that that brings a lot of stress with it. But also just interacting with people, I felt that Dutch people were just so worried in life. It's a little bit of a Dutch mentality, I also have to say, because Dutch people are always frantically looking for problems to solve. Obviously, that also made them very successful. But at the same time, I don't think it's always the best mindset to be a happy person. So that definitely also shows in the moods of the people. Indian people are a lot more carefree in that sense. So coming back to India, I don't know, I just kind of felt a sense of relief, because having so many stressed people around you can also make you very stressed. But I genuinely hope Dutch people have really good weather soon, and obviously spring is coming, so that will probably relieve all of the stress. But yeah, that was something that I immediately noticed, how stressed everybody was. The fifth culture shock, and the last one, was how spoiled I actually am in India. So I filmed this small part in my parents' house. Coming back from India, where I have cleaners coming in every single day who change the bed sheets and who do the dishes and who basically clean the house. The house is dusted and mopped every single day, which is also necessary in India because there's a lot more dust than in the Netherlands. Made me realize how much of a privilege that is, because my parents don't have cleaners. They just clean their own house. The dishes that were washed by my parents or the dishwasher. They do have a dishwasher. My mom always cooks her own food. There is no cook for them. It's just a very, very bratty state of mind I feel that I had, where I felt that, you know, if I didn't want to eat something, I wanted to order something on Swiggy. And I realized that, especially in Lelystad, it's very hard to order food after 10 p.m. Even in Amsterdam, it can be very hard to order food after 10 p.m. While here in India, honestly, I can order food 24/7. It is so incredibly affordable again to order food in here. We have Dunzo for that last mile delivery. That's how they call it. If I don't want to go to the grocery store, I just send Dunzo. That's unimaginable in the Netherlands. Also, it is perceived as extremely bratty and spoiled to let somebody else do those kind of menial tasks for you. Yeah, I am so used to having Dunzo, having Swiggy, having cleaners. I'm just a very, very spoiled person by now with all the extra services that we have in India, that it was a massive reverse culture shock for me when I came to the Netherlands and realized, like, oh, there's not somebody coming in every single day to do the dishes, or there's not somebody who I can send with Dunzo to pick up something for me from the store. If I forgot something, I will have to go back into the cold and the dark to go back to the supermarket, or my parents. It's just crazy to see how different levels of luxury can be. You know, the Netherlands has an extremely good living standard in the world, but at the same time, I feel if you look at the living standards in India, for me, it's easier to live in India than in the Netherlands. I just want to make a small disclaimer, by the way, because I feel that these types of videos might be offending people because they think that I would be saying, oh, the Netherlands is a lot better than India, or oh, India is so much better than the Netherlands. I would never say that. I love both countries so much. They are both my home country, but obviously they are very different, and I actually love analyzing those differences. I get a new perspective from that on how things are handled in life. By sharing those perspectives with you, I have noticed so many times how much people appreciate their own lives or what they have. If you're living in the Netherlands, enjoy the mother flipping road porn. It is so amazing. Also enjoy all the chocolate, the wine, and the cheese. And if you're living in India, enjoy all the freaking spices. Enjoy Dunzo. Enjoy the amazing good weather, because that's always good for a happy mood. Don't forget to comment down below which video I should publish next. The red light district, like you've never seen it before, that's option number 1. Or 2, foods you must eat in the Netherlands, and then I will publish the top voted video next. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to put a thumbs up. Also, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!